Hello everyone and welcome back. So I'm still feeling pretty sick, but I wanted to give an update on my Project 100 pan because it has been a very long time. My last update was in October and that was a complete update. And just like that one, this one is going to be a complete update. So it's going to be pretty quick because I'm going to be trying to get through every single one of the products that is still remaining in this challenge. But this is also a combo update and declutter because there are a few items that I have not touched in a couple of months, some things that are just not going to work for me that I have tried, and some things that have either expired or just I've reached the end point with them. So this is a combo update and declutter as well. So anyway, let's dive in. So the first category of products is face primers, and I have two that are finished. I thought I had a lot left in this e.l.f. primer because I remember using an e.l.f. primer previously that moved up as I used it, so that when I got to the end, like the bottom portion of the jar was clear as opposed to showing like the remnants of the product. I guess that's not the case with this one because I went to use it today when I was filming this video and like there's nothing there. So that's done. That's the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer in Radiant Glow. And this is the one that I talked about previously that's like super glittery. Not really my thing for kind of an everyday use. I love glitter, do not get me wrong there, but for like a radiant face primer, it just does not look natural. And when you are like in direct sunlight or have like really harsh lights on you, you can really see like these little pecks of glitter. Not cute. And the second primer is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is a deluxe size. I got out as much as I could out of this. There's still a little bit in here. But as I saw someone say on Reddit, if I don't like it enough to repurchase it, I don't like it enough to work for it. And that's really going to be my motto this year. Why would I put extra effort into something that I'm not going to purchase in the future? And I'm definitely not going to purchase this one. It's very silicone-y. The foundation does go on pretty nicely on top of it, but I have other primers that I like better, that work better for me, that I find just make my skin look better. And the next category is BB Cream CC Creams, and I have this Clinique Moisture Surge CC Cream in the shade Light. This is far too dark and too yellow for me, and when I mix it with like a foundation primer, it still just doesn't look right, and then the coverage is too light to make it worthwhile, and I just kind of would have to use it as a base, and then I'd still have to put other things on top of it. And you know, ain't nobody got the time for that. I've got so many other things that I don't need to be worrying about like a deluxe size product and using something that doesn't work for me. I can't even remember where I got this. It might have came in a large set, or I might have even been given it. I can't even remember, but I know I did not pay for it specifically. So I don't really feel bad about getting rid of stuff that doesn't work for me, even if I did pay for it. To be completely honest, I am at that point where if things are not working for me and I have tried them and I do not enjoy using it anymore, I am not keeping it. And a lot of the times I was keeping things because I was worried about like what people were gonna think, because I know people watch these videos and want to see me finish things, but I'm not going to hate applying makeup just to finish something because otherwise one person might get mad at me. Like, I'm not going to do that anymore. So if you don't like that I'm going to be decluttering stuff this year, fair enough, but you know, here's your warning. It's going to be happening often. Once I've tried things and it doesn't work for me, I am going to be letting go. So I'm letting go of this Clinique CC BB cream. The next category was lipsticks, and I'm not even going to bother showing these because there's zero progress on them, like zero. I've moved them all to the box for my lipstick roulette, so that's where they're going to be now. So I'm just removing those from this project altogether. The next category is lip glosses, and I'm going to be decluttering these four. I had a lip gloss declutter that I did a few months ago, and I didn't include things from this project, but I have decided to get rid of these ones. I have Katie, Mai Tai, 2 Buxom glosses, and 2 from Hard Candy. These are the Plumping Serum Volumizing Lip Glosses. Both of them are deluxe sizes, and I'm getting rid of all 4 of them because I have so many lip glosses. I don't like lip glosses. I really did not use these at all, not once. So there's no point in me hanging on to things that I'm not using. Told you there was going to be a lot of decluttering. Okay, so the next category is concealers, and I did have some like color correcting things in here. I have 2 of these Algenist Reveal Concentrated Color Correcting Drops, one in blue and one in apricot. Used them both. Didn't really care for them. Honestly, I did like the pink one that I had because I found that it kind of helped correct some of the discoloration I have, and even to put a little more pinkness into some of my foundations that leaned a little bit more yellow. But the blue and the apricot I didn't really like that much. I didn't find that these ones did a whole lot of anything. I tried using them on their own at certain spots of my face and used it mixed with foundation, and I found a few color correcting specific things that work for me, the Becca Under Eye Corrector and a green concealer, and that's pretty much all I need. I am going to be decluttering the Dr. Denise New York Smart Concealer. This stuff has gotten really hard, really dry, and it's just really uncomfortable to use, so I feel like it's past its prime. I did try and use it though, but I just can't make it work for me anymore. There are still more concealers, so I have another color correcting thing. This is the color correcting palette from NYX. So I finished all but the darkest concealer shade in here. I just couldn't really make it work for me. I tried using it as like a cream contour thing. It wasn't right. It just wasn't the right kind of shade. Too warm and yellow, and it made my face look more muddy and dirty than contoured. So I had finished the colors a long time ago. I really love the green one a lot. I actually have a single now of the green NYX concealer. It's not the same as the one that's in this pan though, which is disappointing because I really liked this one a lot. I don't have any plans on repurchasing this right now because ultimately I don't really need it. Like I said previously, I've got the two color correcting things that I've been using that work the best for me, so I don't have plans on repurchasing this, but I did really like the formula of the things. More things I'm going to be decluttering: the little hard candy pencil. I just haven't used this one. It's too dark to really point conceal like I'd like to use it for. If it was a little bit lighter, if this was like a fair shade, then I could probably use it on like certain spots that I really wanted to cover and just sort of like pinpoint it. But when I do it with this, it's darker than my skin tone, so it's more noticeable and it draws more attention to the spot than I want it to. So I'm going to declutter that. And the other thing that I finished is the e.l.f. Tone Concealer in Light Beige. I was mixing this with a white concealer, the one from Kat Von D. Like, there's still like a tiny bit in here, but it's gotten to the point where it's like really difficult to get product out, and I'm like scraping the side trying to get enough product out to make it worthwhile to put on my face. Like, it's really become challenging, and that's when I'm like, you know what, it's done. I've used a lot of this. You know, I probably could get a little bit more out. Maybe if it was possible to like take the stopper out, I could get more product out. But again, if I don't love it enough to repurchase it, I do not love it enough to work for it. And then there are 3 concealers that I am still working on. The Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Neutral, the e.l.f. Concealer in Ivory, and the e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter, the white shade and the regular conceal shade, and the white shade I like to mix. I actually like mixing these two together now. When I really feel like it working for it a little bit more, I'll mix the two together because it ends up being a pretty good shade that works pretty well to conceal certain spots on my face. Eyeliners, yes, there's quite a few of them. Some of these I'm finally decluttering, as I said I was going to, because there's no point hanging on to things that do not work for me. But let's start with the one that is finished. That's the deluxe size of the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It's done. Like, you can see that there's like a tiny bit of product in here, but not enough to actually make a line on my lid anymore. So I'm glad I finished this up. It was actually very close to black looking on my lid. I do have 2 of the full-size black Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid liners because I really like the Stila one. I have a few other different colors too in this formula. I do really like this liquid liner. I'm kind of tied between it with the Stila and the Kat Von D. So as far as the ones that I'm decluttering goes, the 3 of the Marc Jacobs highliners, these ones have all really dried out and they're very just crumbly, and I can't make them work for me anymore. When I try and make a line, it just sort of crumbles away because it's pretty dried out. The MAC Pro Glide Intense Eyeliner in Undercurrent has also dried out. I can't get it to do anything anymore, which is disappointing because I really loved this color a lot. But I have had it for a very, very long time, and I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. This NYX liquid eyeliner, it's the Glam Liner in Glam Black, has a little bit of glitter in it. I don't like liquid liners that are like this. I don't like this sort of packaging. I find that it's just a little bit too wobbly, and I have a hard enough time with liquid liner as it is, that it's just not precise enough for me. So I didn't like it, and I felt like the glitter just made it look a little bit messy, and you really had to build it up to get the glitter to show, and then the more layers you put on, the less it dried and the more it smudged. And the last eyeliner that I'm decluttering is another pencil. This is from Elise Wattier. It is the Eye Shine and Cognac, and it's very dry and crumbly as well. And the rest of them, which I'm not going to go through all of these because there's really no progress to show. I've been using them sort of sparingly, honestly. The ones that I've been using the most, or been trying to use the most, it's this like burgundy, like reddish purple color called 1999 from Urban Decay, and the two blacks, the Sephora waterproof one in black lace, and the NARS larger than life in Via Veneto. Those two I've been using. I've been using the Endless Silky Eye Pen from Pixi. This is in Black Cocoa, which is a really creamy, dark brown shade. I've been using that a lot. The other ones I really haven't been reaching for that much. I did use the Chanel one a few times, Cassis. This is like a very black and purple color. It's kind of hard to use, but I've found that it looks pretty with the Burgundy x9 palette, so I've been trying to use it more. So I'm going to give these the good old college try for another couple of months, and I still have very little progress or haven't reached for them. I will declutter some of these ones as well. I have all three of the LA Girl Pro Primer bases. I am going to declutter the nude one though, or like the beige one, because it's too dark for my skin tone, so I can't really use it as a base, and it doesn't make colors pop or help colors in any way. The white one and the black one are still pretty good, and I use them when I need them. The black one is good for helping some more like glittery shades or like duochromes to show up better, and the white one is good for when I really want a lot of pigment and something to show up more. I think in my last update I mentioned like the electric palette from Urban Decay, something like that I really want that pop of color. The white base works really well for that. So for highlighters, I have the Elle Shimmering Facial Whip. I did use this a few times mixed with foundation, and I do not like it as much as some of the other liquid highlighters. It's too thick, and when I try and use it as like a cream highlighter on its own, it's almost too liquidy and it's hard to like blend properly. So I'm going to declutter this one and the Benefit Watts Up. It's kind of dried out a little bit, and I don't like cream highlighters that much. I tried to make it work for me, but I found that it was just like, it wasn't looking right. And I have so many other things that I'm trying to work on. So again, not gonna waste my time. I know I sound like I am so done with some of these products. It's just because I am. The Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. I long finished Pearl. I have finished Champagne Pop. And then I have this shade here, Blush Copper, which I've been trying to use as a blush topper. I've used it a few times. It's not my favorite thing, but I've been digging sort of the metallic, like more glittery blushes again recently, so I've been trying to work with it. Alright, so I'm going to try and be extra quick with the last couple of categories because my voice keeps giving out on me. The Bare Minerals Eye Brightener in Well Rested, and the Bare Minerals All Over Face Color in Clear Radiance. Very little progress on both of these, but I'm still keeping them because I'm still working with them. I am going to be decluttering the e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer in St. Lucia because I was not reaching for it. The bronzer is too dark for me, and I'm not a bronzer person anyway, and I could not make this work. It's way too dark. And then the blush shade, it's sort of similar to Orgasm from NARS, which I decluttered because it wasn't very flattering. I also made the decision to declutter the e.l.f. Golden Bronzer. I tried using this one as well. Too dark for me, too sparkly, and it just looked really unnatural. I'm not a bronzy kind of person, and when I put a lot of bronzer on my face, especially something that's dark and golden, it looks unnatural on me because I'm not that kind of person. I don't really have that kind of personality. You know, some people who just like have that effortless sort of like California glow. That's not me. I wish it was, but it's not, and so I can't make this work for me. It just does not look right. I always feel like it's out of place, and no matter how much I like blend it, people are always asking like if I have dirt on my face. So gotta declutter this. I'm still working on the e.l.f. tone correcting powder. Haven't used it that much, although there is quite a bit of pan on here if I can get it to show up. It's a pretty decent powder. Been trying to use it as much as I possibly can when I remember to use it. The NARS Olympia contour blush and highlight. No more progress to show on this before. I actually kind of forgot about it. I had misplaced it when I had been using it, and then I was cleaning up, and then I accidentally put it somewhere else, and so I completely forgot about it. I like to use this when I'm feeling really extra, and I will put it on in between my blush and my contour so that it blends like the blush and the contour together, so it's like more seamless, and yes, it's like really extra. And the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, I actually have not been reaching for this. This was what I was going for all the time, and I haven't been using this like hardly at all. I've been using another thing to contour with that I like better, and so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to have to keep using this again, but right now I've been digging a Burberry blush that's like a perfect contour for me right now. So this will probably be more my thing again once the weather gets warmer. Again, I apologize. Sorry guys, really losing my voice here. Brow products. I have 2 of the dip brows, which I am decluttering because they've dried out. I actually bought a new one in a better color for me. I bought ash brown. So taupe is going and medium brown is going. I did very well with these. I've had them both for a couple of years, so I'm going to let these go. There's no point fighting with dehydrated brow pomade anymore. I'm going to declutter the doo-wop thing now. All that's left is that brow powder, which is way too light. I can't use it. I have no need to use it as an eyeshadow, so it's going. I'm still working on the Anastasia brow pencil. I keep forgetting about it. And the Benefit Gimme Brow I still have been using. It's somehow lasting me forever. And finally, mascaras. Both of these I finished. The Bare Minerals Lash Domination and the Benefit, they are real, both deluxe sizes, both finished. I didn't really care for the Bare Minerals one that much. Didn't seem to really do a whole lot for my lashes. They're real. I don't like this mascara, but I love it mixed with the They're Real primer. So there's a plus. But I don't know if I would necessarily purchase it for that reason. I like it with other mascaras better. So that is where I stand with my Project 100 pan right now. I will probably do another update in a couple of months and another declutter, and then I'll probably do a finale shortly thereafter and, you know, completely wrap everything up. I've got a lot of projects I am working on right now, and I don't want to be overwhelmed, and I'm going to be pretty ruthless when it comes to decluttering. I also forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, but this project started as a collab with Mary from Reviewer's Diary, so please go check her out. I will have her channel linked down below. I know she's doing some pretty cool project pans this year as well. Anyway, that is everything I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.